everybody. Welcome, people. Welcome to the therapy. Welcome to Man United in the mud. Welcome to We Are in the Mud session, right? That's what we are. That is what we're going through right now, people. As you coming in, listen, we're here. We're going to talk about United and what Rooney said. Basically, Rooney is saying that, listen, this club, he doesn't recognize it. Rooney, he's saying that he believes the soul has gone from his former club, Manchester United. And he has no faith in manager Ruben Amorim turning things around. Jesus. What is going on, man? Good night, folks. Love is in the house. What's going on, AKA 97? What's happening, brother? Hope you're well, man. Oh, my gosh. It is all going off. People, it is all going off. AKA 97. Let me know if you can hear me, man. Clearly, kind of thing. I just hope everything is well. Yeah, man. To be fair, I don't have faith in Rooney, given his track record. There you go, fighting back. I like it. I like AKS 97. He's fighting back. He's like, listen, Rooney, you don't have anything, and you have no leg to stand on. All right, you have no leg to stand on. You cannot be speaking like that. But again, he is an ex-player, right? Of course, he says, listen, he has 2 kids at the club, so he's like, man, he's plugged in. He's feeling like, you can see from that video, you can see this dude is going through it as well, like seeing what is happening to the club. He came too believable. Now, of course, I agree with you, AKS. Based on his track record. His managerial track record is no bueno, right? But when it comes to winning, when it comes to being a fighter, yeah, Rooney is up there, man. Ciao, what's going on? What's up? I have no issues with the manager and CEO of DLF. Both need to be gone as well. Ciao, that's another thing too. Carragher was saying that. Is it possible that they're delaying the sacking of the manager because, but if they were to do it so quickly, it will show how terrible they are as a footballing body, right? That's why they're probably delaying the inevitable kind of thing. Dude, I am still hopeful. I'm one of those, like, dude, I'm hopeful that this thing can turn around and he can prove everybody wrong. But the question is, I know we can be hopeful, but Ruben is not helping us, man. Tony, what's going on, brother? Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, man. So I don't know, you guys. Wayne Rooney believes the soul has gone from the club, right? Again, United record goal scorer said the club was broken on his latest, podcast, whatever. Especially after watching that defeat against Brentford. Basically saying, listen, he doesn't believe that the manager can turn this ship around, right? He doesn't believe he can turn it around. Do you guys believe Ruben can turn this around? What you're thinking, man? Because AKS 97, he's going down with the ship. He's saying, oh my gosh. Listen, man. Okay, it's good to see you. Yeah, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Grayson Tucker. I am tired, man. Day in, day out. Dude, I am telling you, Grayson and everybody, drained. Like, everywhere you look is just, Man United, this, sack him, dude, this. Like, it's so draining. It is so disappointing, because we're about to, even for some of us who are, still, we're trying to, kind of hold on to some kind of belief, we see the writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall, man. I can see it. Apparently, reports are saying he has after the Sunderland game, win or lose, he may be let go, because I think after the Sunderland game we go international break, so that could be the time where they can pull the plug. But also other reports are saying they may drag it until sometime like the 1st of November or something, because you know, I think if they drag it all the way, I think November 1st or 2nd, then they're gonna pay him less. Because right now, if they sack him now, they're sacking him, you know, within a year of his contract, whatever. So they're gonna cough up like 12 million or something like that. So if they drag it and it gets to that point, like after November, then they're gonna pay him less. So I don't know, right? Tony said, I don't know, man. The seas are strong and heavy, and Captain Amarin has broken rudder and the stem is damaged beyond repair. I know, Tony. Can you imagine Tony saying that? You know, oh my gosh, man. Another manager bites the dust. And even the thing is, I keep on thinking, right, we're gonna make the change. How do we? These players cannot be trusted. The players cannot be trusted. We're gonna bring in whoever, you know. Fine. I see Oliver Glasner report is saying like, listen, Oliver Glasner, even now they hit him up. Yo, you want to come over? He'll be like, yo, Crystal Palace, peace. I'm going over there, right? Yeah, it's like that. You know, Glasner is ready. According to reports, he's ready to jump ship quickly. And of course, I mean, it's understandable. It is Manchester United, you know, after all. So, oh my gosh, man, it's. I mean, everywhere you look, man, people are just killing us, killing United, right? At the same time, it's not his fault. Yeah, it's not his fault. Yeah, absolutely. He needs a crew to sail the seas, and all the shipmates have peg legs. I know, man. I know. And apparently, some of these players, they were like, yo, they're shocked how quickly things turned so negative, you know, even though we're still early doors. How did we turn this negative so quickly? Dude, you players, you're not doing your jobs out there. You know, you're not fighting. Come on, man. Yes, they're not fighting too, but also Ruben, again, even him, you know, he's not really helping matters by not by not helping the players by setting them up in a way for them to win. Like, you know, people talk about the system this, system that, you know, but at some point, you know, you find another solution, because you know, the system, I don't think it's a problem for me, but obviously what we see on the field is showing that something needs to be tweaked and changed. And, you know, yeah, not to forget a killer great white jaws looking to make a meal of the sinking ship. I know, man. I'm telling you, you know, the great white, you know, that's crazy. And like, dude, blood is in the water. These fans, everybody's out, man. Oh my gosh. And we're gonna do the same thing again, rinse and repeat, right? Rinse and repeat. You know, it's kind of mad. It's kind of mad. But yeah, let's see what some of this stuff is. They were saying yeah, Ben Jacobs was saying that should Oliver Glasner being given the job, he will be quickly willing to take the job ASAP. The same thing even Fabrizio said, Xavi Hernandez. He's also apparently studying the Premier League. You know, he's another one who will be like, yo, once we make that call, he's out here quickly, right? So I don't know who if the inevitable happens, people, who would you want to at least take us maybe to continue this ship until the end of the season? Do you want to go the route of interim, or you want to go straight to like a permanent manager? Well, what are you all thinking, man? Hypothetically, of course, it may not happen. Somebody called Captain Jack Sparrow in. You know, we improve plans. I'm telling you, for real, right? The Xavi Hernandez, you know, a lot of folks are talking about Xavi Hernandez. I'm like, listen, man, I'm kind of in a situation where I don't want to do these coaches haven't really coached in the Premier League, because then it could be the same thing. Xavi can come in and then it could be the same thing. All right. Chow is saying no manager will save this United team. Even Pep Klopp won't solve this problem. That's the thing. So what do we do though, Chow? Right? Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, we saw, we're linked with Southgate. Southgate. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like they actually considering Southgate. And some folks out there in the socials and whatever, they're like, yo, you know what? Southgate, I don't think he will be as bad as our boy Ruben. Because of course the record is showing that Ruben is his record is just terrible, right? Klopp cannot turn United around with these players. Yeah, it's facts. That's the thing, though. What do we do? Chow, are you saying we should just stick with the guy? Because the way we're looking, I mean, dude, when do we get the next win? Sunderland, they're fifth, right? So they're not going to be, they're not going to be easy, right? They're not going to be easy. For once, I think I'm going to go to that game with no hope at all because this team, oh, jeez, man, it's crazy. Only way to change the situation is full sail. Yeah, child, but we've already passed that stage, mate. We've already passed that stage. So the full sail, it looks like, it's not going to happen anytime soon, right? It looks like we're going to continue with the Ineos team. But again, with the Ineos, can we trust them to make a right decision? Obviously, so far, they've taken a lot of L's, right? They've taken a lot of L's. Only way to change. Yeah, Tony, at this point, I don't know what to do. Players need to change still. Honestly, Ruben might have been able to do it if came later, not with this lot. I agree. I agree for sure. Right, Chow, I am done if Amorim is continue picking Dalot, Bruno. Yeah, that kind of stuff like that, right? Picking Dalot and then playing Bruno in the midfield, Luke Shaw, Maguire. I mean, that come on, man. You need a win, you bring in Maguire. And then not only that, sometimes when you're down, you're trying to get the goal, you should tweak the system a little bit, right? That way, okay, fine, let's just switch it up. I don't know, 4-3-3 or whatever, right? But we continue playing the same way, trying to get a win after bringing Maguire and stuff. Come on, man. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Jamie Carragher was saying that the players Man United have bought in the summer can easily be flipped into a back four. Bruno in a 10, Mbumo right wing, Cunha left wing, Sheshko up front. Carragher is saying that I think a competent football manager could get that Man United team in that system to a European place, or certainly fighting for the spot. I mean, I kind of want to, what Carragher is saying here, yeah, you bring in whatever, a 4-4-3, 4-2-3-1 manager, he can change that front three. Obviously, they can play in that system, but we can try to play with the back four. But we've done that before, and this lot sacked another manager. The person responsible for Ragnick leaving needs to be changed ASAP. I know, right? I don't know if was Woodward. It was Woodward, man. I think it was Woodward back then. But thank God he's gone. Although he would have definitely splashed the cash on Balabes. Oh yeah. And of course, that's another thing too. We don't have a midfield, right? We don't have a midfield, but still, I'm thinking if another manager comes in, for example, you'll be surprised where they'll find a spot for example, like Menu, right? You have Menu, maybe Menu Ugarte, and then Bruno playing as a 10, and then the front three, as for example, like Carragher said, who knows? Oh my gosh, it's just peak out here, man. Chow, no chance. No matter what formation we played, these players are only capable of playing counter-attacking football. So Chow, you're saying what? We bring Oli back? We bring Ole back? Is that what you're saying? I mean, other folks out here, they're saying obviously Glasner plays the same system, but he's more adaptive with the players that he has. It's, especially his midfield is not wide open like that. So I'm thinking, dude, if we're gonna change, man, let's just go to our traditional back four. Enough with this experiment of the back three, right? So I don't know. Um, what you all thinking, man? AKS, we have a midfield just not for Amorim system. Yep, exactly. Not for Amorim system. Absolutely. No, AKS, to me, Ole is more of a second place manager like Arteta. Oh yeah, of course, dude. We're no. I was kidding about bringing back Ole. I don't want another a repeat of one of these ex players. We've tried it. It didn't work. Let's just go. If we're gonna get someone, let's get someone who we think maybe may work. But again, these players, right? These players, they cannot be trusted because we're gonna be back here again in I don't know 7 8 months because they may give that new manager a bounce. Fine, we get a couple of wins, and then before you know it, well, if that manager wants to adapt his playing style, they'll down tools again, right? So I mean, it's like it's so terrible, right? And uh and Altai, Ruben, you have a new goalkeeper, man. Play him. Enough with the Altai Bindier stuff. Come on, dude. Altai Bindier's 54% save percentage in the Premier League this season is the worst of any goalkeeper to have played every game so far. Statman David saying that Amorim would be a fool not to start Senna Lamens against Sunderland. Yeah, you know how stubborn this guy is. He's going to start Senna Lamens again. Right? He's going to start Lamens again. I saw a report somewhere. Apparently, there was an emergency. I don't know if you guys saw that Indicator news. No news like Indicator dropped something saying that what did it say? Yeah, so Indicator exclusive is apparently there was an emergency meeting where the higher ups told Ruben that listen, you got to change your formation. Change your formation. According to Indicator, according to sources, Ruben Amorim was called in by the bosses at Manchester United for an urgent meeting. The manager has been asked to change the formation to a 4-3-3. Ruben was left speechless with the formation request. Certain Man United officials believe the manager is to get sacked. Believe the manager is to get sacked is now when and not if at this stage. So I don't know if there's any truth to that story, but apparently he was called into the principal's office and he was told, brother, you got to change your formation. Now, listen, Ruben, knowing how stubborn he is, just the fact that he's been, if this is true, Indicalia has been pretty good with his sources. If this is true, then Ruben could walk because he'll say, listen, man, you hired me to play my way, right? Now, because imagine the Sunderland game, we see a formation change. We'll know this story was true, right? We'll know this story was true. But again, it's hard to believe it, right? It's hard to believe it. Like, yo, you gotta change something. Being dictated on like, yo, Ruben, this is not working. Go to a 4-3-3. Then I think that will be him saying, you know what, forget it. AKS said Bayandir is in over his head starting at United. Absolutely, yeah. Chow, I'd rather bring back Ragnick to director of football and complete overhaul the squad, but current regime won't do it. They won't do it, dude. Ragnick, when he came at that point, he was speeding facts, right? He was saying everything that needs to be done, tear it all up. But of course, sometimes whenever you speak the truth, people don't like to hear that. They got rid of the guy. But imagine if we had listened to him back then and made the necessary changes. I mean, I think would have been at a better place. Amorim starting him is criminal. I will take Heaton over buying there any day. 100%, dude. 100% AKS. 100%. 100%. Imagine we brought in a professional surgeon who knows how to operate on a specific patient and he's fired. All right. What happens to the patient? Yeah, you're gonna die because that is the guy who was supposed to cut that the cancer. But we were like, nah, we don't need you. Go, dude. Ragnick identified all these ballers, man. We could have been able to get them at bargain of a price, but of course not. We were like, nah, we're good, Ragnick. Come on, man. Sometimes our club, man, the way it operates, we operate like a joke, right? A joke. But it's one of those that is so difficult right now, man. Being honestly a Man United fan and still trying to remain positive. It's like you're stuck there in this fog. You're like, oh my God, everywhere you look, man. It's like no one is giving you any hope with this manager. Just the fact that it feels like it was just yesterday we had Ten Hag gone, boom. Now we're about to get another manager sacked. I mean, jeez, it's crazy. It's crazy. I saw something that what was that? Some of the other managers who got sacked, of course, Ruben Amorim has been given quite like a long, like compared to other managers, they got the other managers were sacked way earlier than when it comes to position on the table, right? Finishing 15th is crazy. Louis van Gaal, David Moyes, Jose Mourinho, and Solskjaer all finished between 5th and 7th before being sacked, right? So imagine that. Ruben Amorim finished 15th last season and currently sits 14th. It's just mad. Like some of these stats, man, whenever you see them, you're like, wow, that is not cool. Rasta is fuming. I know. Listen. Rasta was saying, man, listen, these criminals are, they're not serious. He's saying they're not serious. They need to, make the moves and do what needs to be done and try to correct this sinking ship ASAP. But it will take time. It will take time. I've always said, put in teenagers to run my country, and they'll do it better than the government. Yeah. Same with the hierarchy at Manchester United. Yeah, divided. It's a good point. Yeah. I'm telling you, because at this point, right, Ruben, you're about to get sacked. You play the kids or something, if you may get a different result because at least you're not continuing with the same way of same players. At least you say, you know what, my system is not the problem. I'm going to play the kids. Let's see what happens. All right. Because at this point, the way the way it's going, something has to be changed. Something has to be changed, man. Something has to be changed. What was I saying? I was looking at someone had this another like a diagram since Alex Ferguson. Moisey sacked when he was sacked, he was at 7th. Louis van Gaal 5th. Jose 6th. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 7th. Eric Ten Hag he was sacked when he was 14th. And then Ruben Amorim, he's 14th, and he's being backed by the hierarchy. They're saying, "No, we're backing him." That's just crazy. Ruben is sacrificing mobility for experience by starting the dead weight at the club. Yeah. Yep, we're at what do you have to lose? Dude, yeah, exactly. What do you have to lose stage at this point, man? You're like, listen, yeah, play the kids and let's see what happens. But it's one of those like, and even if we beat Sunderland, right? We can beat Sunderland, but again, it's not like it's gonna make everything better. It's just gonna be one of those, yeah, we just happen to find a way to win. All right. In that Chelsea game, yeah, we won. We thought, all right, fine, man. That's it. Momentum, we may start. Because if we're able to beat Chelsea, dude, Brentford, come on. You know, it's criminal, right? It's criminal. According to Mundo Deportivo, Xavi has been without a job since leaving Barcelona in May of 2024, and the Catalan outlet say he has ruled out moving to Saudi. Sources informed them that he's not keen to go to Saudi. Manchester United is the job he's most keen on, with other sources reporting similar in recent years. So, Xavi is kind of waiting on the wings, waiting for that phone call to ring. You know, I don't know, Xavi, man. Yes, he's a good coach. Yes, he can build teams. Yeah, he has done it at Barca, but this is not Barca. Manchester United is a whole different animal, completely, uh, completely different animal, man. It's just mad. Fabrizio is saying that Manchester United want to see results from Ruben Amorim, and that is starting from next game. The club are respecting him and waiting for improvement. That's Fabrizio Romano is saying that they want to see improvement starting from the next game, dude. It, what kind of improvement? Like, yes, um, dude. At this point, we should have seen these players actually understanding what Ruben Amorim wants, right? Remember we were talking about, yeah, we're going to be playing one game a week. We're going to have all this time on the training field. So the players will start understanding the Amorim ball. We should be able to see, we're going to be able to see, something on the field. But dude, how many games now? He has had a week with these players to work on whatever he's trying to work on. And nothing is happening. I've said like 2 years ago, only relegation can wake up this sleeping giant. Oh, yeah, my gosh. Dude, do you know, like, if we, even, oh my God, if we get, for example, it's not going to happen. Right now, you drop this Man United side to the championship. Dude, they'll struggle to get back to the Premier League because some of those teams in the championship, they ball. We would struggle with this lot if we went to the championship. We're giving Xavi, Bruno, Ugarte, Kase midfield. Listen, yeah, ciao. That's all you got, man. What are you gonna do? No, actually, no. We're giving Xavi, Menu, Ugarte, and Bruno. Maybe Sekou Kone. Maybe Xavi comes in and says, you know what, Kone? Yeah, I need you to run to start playing some games in the midfield. Because again, Xavi, when it comes to identifying the talent, like really giving these guys a chance, he could be that guy. Now we did say the same thing about Amorim at Sporting. He played a lot of kids and stuff like that, but we haven't seen it yet. Chow is saying they are waiting to November to sack Amorim and reduce compensation from 12 million to 4 million. That's what I saw too. That right there. Apparently they're waiting till November to sack him, right? That way they don't have to pay 12 million, they're gonna pay him 4. Dude, waiting till November, where are we gonna be on that table, mate? Where are we going to be on that table? Right? Where are we gonna get these wins? Because check this out. We got Sunderland on the 4th. The 19th, we're going to Liverpool. 25th, we're going to Brighton. Brighton are coming home. And then we got Nottingham Forest, November 1st. And then November 8th, we got Tottenham. Right? So what we're thinking, maybe by November 1st, then he'll be gone. So we got Liverpool and Brighton, apart from Sunderland. So, I mean, dude, I'm looking at this list of games. I don't see where the wins are going to come from. It's ridiculous. AKS is saying we have to get relegated so the Glazers can jump ship. Dude, that's what people are saying. That way they can jump ship. But again, even though we're playing crappy, but we're still bringing in money with this club. It's a cash cow. This club is a cash cow, man. Shares need to be dropped, yeah, at all-time low. That's true. Josh Di Sabino, we need a shift. We need to shift the spotlight from AMORIM to ownership. They hired a manager who plays a system which never fit United. Don't buy him the appropriate players for his system and expect to win. Amateurs. Oh, dude, complete, like complete amateurs, and best in class. But it looks like no, no, guys, you are not best in class, man, because the mistakes you're making is amateurish, right? You hire a director of football after waiting for him for so long. You pay him 10 million, whatever, and then you go to sack him. And then you hire a manager who does not play our system at all based on the players that we have. I guess they went with that because apparently Barada was one who like really advocated for Ruben Amorim because they were looking at him at Man City. So Barada was like, yo, listen, I got the guy, man. They looks like they went for him because if Man City were looking at him at one point, so yo, let's go and get him, and then we start our own playing style, which it's crazy. All right, I saw the stats on all the managers who won the Portuguese league. Only Mourinho has made it in Europe. Oh wow, as a successful Portuguese manager. Interesting. Wow, that's crazy. Imagine buying spaghetti for spaghetti for a chef to make lasagna. I know, right? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It's just, it's just mad. Mad, mad, mad. Mad, mad, mad. And, oh, I don't know, man. And it's one of those things that I wish if someone new can say, hey, listen, for sure, if we bring in this manager, it's going to work. But nobody can do that. Nobody can guarantee that it will work with these players. We are hired a financial guy to become a CEO. I know. So this is actually, that gives me hope then, I guess, because, there's definitely a brilliant dude out there that can do just that. Problem is finding him. I know you need someone who can convert, the spaghettis into a lasagna. They need to. What you need to do is to hire an AI coach or something. Get an AI, plug in the prompt of what you want, and then let the AI be the coach. It's going to be the first one ever. An AI manager takes over Manchester United. I remember that song. It's Mad Mad World that we're living in. Yep, I remember the song. Mad Mad Words. Tears for Fears, bro. It's a classic. Yep. Josh, would you take Eddie Howe, a builder? I like Eddie Howe. I like what he has done at Newcastle, right? I like what he's done at Newcastle. No. If anything, man, give me the Areola, whatever, Glasner. And we were even linked with Graham Potter. Graham Potter just got sacked, And this guy, I saw a stat somewhere where apparently Potter, he took over the job at West Ham, got more, I think he got did he get more, does he have more points than us? Or something like that? There was some crazy stat. I don't think he has more points than us, but there was a stat where apparently he got hired, he was able to get more points than Ruben Amorim, and he was already sacked. So it shows Potter came in, was able to do something that Ruben has not been able to do, which is kind of crazy. Chow, I feel sick when Arsenal win late. Dude, Chow, I know, man. I wanted them to lose. I wanted Arsenal to lose, man. But they were able to get that win. It's crazy. I mean, Luther, that's a great idea. Man United would be a catalyst to the new frontier of football. AI, bro. That's what I'm saying. Be like, yeah, they're gonna introduce guys. Yeah, we have a new manager. You know, uh, the reporters are right there gathered, waiting to hear. But like, yeah, the reporter, the manager is an AI. You know, we basically we're gonna say, listen, guys, we have to try something different. We have had all the managers with the credentials. You know, they've won things. The Van Hals, the Mourinho's, and whoever. We've had them all. They failed. So let's do something different. All right. And now the age of AI, throw in an AI manager. It's crazy, man. I mean, geez. Oh man. Yeah. Let's see what else. What else is going on? Yeah. So Ben Jacobs is saying that. Of course, he was saying that if Oliver Glasner was offered Man United job, he would take it in the heartbeat. Glasner also plays a 3-4-2-1 and is likely not seen as an issue. So again, apparently the hierarchy they won't see that as an issue because at least they'll be able to continue with this idea of a back three system, right? So it's crazy. AKS is saying, oh, we can do like WWE and have an anonymous laptop manager. I know, right? I hope they put Sir Alex behind the laptop for real. You know, we're already using data for everything. So, yeah, it's about time. Yeah, AI will evaluate the history of the team and have a structure to reintroduce the identity. It sounds good on paper, but these players would cause the AI to to go up in flames. The AI flips and starts attacking Manchester United from within. You know, creating chaos and all this stuff because of what the AI has seen from these players. That's crazy. Ciao. As much as we marked Arteta for zero trophies in the past 5 years, but the Arsenal are back. They backed him probably and given him 1 billion to spend and signed almost 30 players. Yeah, you know, Man United, the reason for Skynet being true. I know. I'm telling you, man, Skynet is real. You know, it's crazy. But yeah, man, Arteta was backed, you know, $1 billion, 30 players. He was given time. And of course, even with Ruben, I think if you give him time, he'll be able to turn it around because I was watching who was that? Oh yeah, I think it was Mark Gorbridge was saying that he was somewhere at a bar or somewhere, and then someone that he was talking to had said something like, you know, with time, Ruben Amorim can turn this around because if you look at the data and the way the football is, you know, we are creating chances, we're doing all these things, but we're just not being able to win games. So with time, yeah, it could work, but how long are we willing to wait for this thing to kick on? Right? We're getting worse and worse and worse each and every game. Man United, the reason for this, I kind of saw that. Yeah, so it's just it's tough, man. Laurie Whitwell he was saying on Amorim's situation, if Ruben Amorim goes, does that bring the spotlight on Omar Barada, on Jason Wilcox, on other people that were involved in getting to this point? He continues saying that. So I think that's why they would ultimately want to see it through. And I think they do still feel like it could still work. But I think you're getting to a point now where those questions are going to become louder and louder, and ultimately results will dictate it. Laurie will continue saying that I think it's fragile. I do think that the hierarchy want it to work because they know what the ramifications are. But he says that I feel that you can ignore the results if they continue like this. He was talking on that Talk of the Devils podcast. Yeah, I mean, they know they mess up here, and they're trying to. Again, it could be they're waiting for November, or they're saying, you know what, let's see, let's put the results aside and let's continue with this project and see what's going to happen. I don't agree with Gary Neville about a lot, but he said United traditionally never play with the back three. I think the next manager should use a 4-3-3 system, and ideally is given time to truly build something. Yeah, I mean, if we, but again, of course, Gary Neville. Yeah, even your managerial track record, it doesn't tell us much. But yes, throughout our history, we've always played with back three. I mean, back four. So this was something, and something that we've never done before, and we see that it's failing. Um, Now, again, it could very well be because the way Ruben is structured the back three. If you bring in a Glasner, maybe he can tweak it in a way where to make it work. I don't know. There'll be Tony said there would be a promotional video of the new AI management system of Sir Alex Ferguson saying, "I'll be back." The new system will be modeled after his most successful playing years and style. Hey, if you think about it, even the press knows these players are shite. Oh yeah, dude, the press, they are loving this week, man. Whenever we lose, they go to town. Are not capable, hence why they against the system. Yep, but they rather spin their narrative on it rather than call out the mediocre. Yeah, and the thing is, they can't really call out the mediocre like that because obviously these guys they get paid by Manchester United, one way or another, right? Either they're writing directly for Man United or the Athletic. They need United to be in shambles. That way, they have something to talk about, something to write about. The stories are endless when it comes to Man United, and you're able to get those clicks. So they like what is going on now because it gives them something to talk about. So Alex, as a United timeless manager, gets it. I know, I know, right? Jeez, Alexa, Alex is back. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Um, it's so funny. On the side note, I had to laugh. Onana got scored on twice. Uh, Onana conceded twice in 1 minute in Turkey. But the social media, apparently they're not talking about it. Dude, if you see that Onana goals, I had to laugh. I was like, you see, nobody's going to say anything about what Onana is going through over there. But again, he's left. So we have our own problems, I guess. Um, Gary Neville is saying that Amorim has had a preseason. He has had a week now in between each of the games because Manchester United aren't in Europe, yet the performances are poor as ever. The results are catastrophic in Manchester United terms. The money that has been spent has been big, and there are some things that he's seeing that are massive worry. All right, something needs to change. Something needs to happen now. So, Gary Neville, you and everybody, man, it's just it's mad. Um, let's see what else we got going on, man. It's Ruben everywhere. Ruben Amorim on his future. Ruben Amorim, of course, when he was asked on his future chances of getting sacked, Ruben Amorim said, "You know what? I am not concerned because it is not my decision. Right? I will do the best I can every minute I'm here. I am never concerned about losing my job. I am not that kind of a guy. Hey, listen. Um, of course, you gotta back yourself because at this point, that's why when I saw that Indy Kelly report where they called him to the office to tell him to change his system, why change now? Almost getting to the end, right? If you change now, people are gonna come at you saying, "Oh, you said you're gonna stick in your own ways." Um, you caved and changed, dude. I know. we're at a low point, but has some. Have you seen the Sun tactical review of the Premier League games? No, actually, I haven't seen that. The lads they talk purely about the systems of play without bias. It was a breath of fresh air. Nice. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Air to watch analysis without bias. Yep. They spoke sense about Amarin system. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Is that from when was that? From yesterday? I'm gonna check it out. I'm going to check that out. Very interesting. They spoke sense. Okay, so that. Yeah, man. I saw that like last. Oh, it was like last week. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's see. Is there any other news that's Manchester United face Sunderland, Liverpool, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, and Spurs in the next 5 games. This is the TNT. They're like they had the eyes emoji. Where's the win gonna come from? Check this out. Ruben Amorim is described as a lonely man by club sources. In training, he often walks away from the team, and after losses, he sits on his own and doesn't speak to anyone. The job has broken him, and he looks a ghost of his former self from when he came in. Come on, man. These people. Oh man. But he does look like a broken person, man. He like if you look at him like head down, he cannot believe what he's seeing. You know, he's like, yo, people, we worked on this. Why can't you just, follow through and do what I'm asking you to do? You know, poor guy. Sometimes it's better to say, you know what, man, just take him out of his misery. You know, nah, just praying for the patience to deal with these players after every game. Because I know, right? He's like, God help me, please, Lord, please help me. Because you can imagine each of these games when we lose, whatever, you can imagine in the dressing room, he just wants to fight everybody, right? He just wants to fight everybody, you know. And now it's affecting his decision making. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it sure is. It sure is. It sure is. Um, so I mean, yeah. I keep on seeing whenever I see Southgate and the Man United badge next to him, and I see reports like Alex Crook and Ben Jacobs saying Gareth Southgate is being considered as a replacement for Ruben Amorim. I feel sick. Southgate, come on, man. We cannot do this. Honestly, I would rather stick with Ruben, man. Can you imagine folks are calling for Ruben to be sacked and then they come and bring in Southgate? Jeez, that would be nuts. Uh, okay, let's see what else is going on, man. When it comes to anything else interesting when it comes to uh, United that you saw out there. Let's see what else is going on. Alex Crook is saying Manchester United are already exploring the market to identify which managers might be available. They're doing that succession planning. That is normal to do that because you have to just in case kind of situation. But reports are reporting, man, and now affected. I'm sure we can find a manager with the name like Westgate or Eastgate, but please, for the love of God, not Southgate. Nice, nice, nice. I guess I like that. I like that. You know, listen, I don't want to see that guy on the sideline with his waistcoat. No, no. Uh, as of Fabrizio Romano was saying on Southgate and Ruben Amorim, Fabrizio Romano is saying today I reviewed many questions from I know I received many questions from some of you about Manchester United hierarchy already meeting with face to face with Gareth Southgate. My understanding from Manchester United sources, they are playing down all the reports saying that Sir Jim Ratcliffe or anyone at the club already met with Southgate to discuss the possibility of him coming to becoming a United manager. Fabrizio is saying this was in his podcast as of 6 hours ago. The relationship between people at Ineos is very good with Gareth Southgate, and that's why the links, right? They have a good relationship with Southgate. That's why the links are there. At the moment, Fabrizio is saying, I am not aware of any concrete negotiations. He says that I am not aware of any proposal, and I am not aware of any Manchester United going around and telling managers, Southgate or anyone else, to be the new boss. Manchester United are still respecting Ruben Amorim, still waiting to see an improvement that's really needed starting next game, probably, so that they can hopefully to change the situation with Ruben Amorim. So, yeah. So they linked Southgate. They're there because they know the guy, So let it stay there. I'm sure we can find. Okay, so that. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Check this out. The Ruben Amorim stat: 33 games, 9 wins, 27% win rate. Oh my gosh. 7 draws, 17 defeats. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, some of these stats, man, if you look at them, you're like, my gosh, what in the world, right? It's mad. People keep on putting that this requires open heart surgery, the Ragnick quote. Someone else was saying, listen, man, Bruno Fernandes, he needs to start sharing the penalty load because we do have Mbeumo out there. Come on, Bruno, let somebody else take the penalty, please. Because now I trust Bruno, but whenever penalty situations happen, I don't know, he looks like he has lost his mojo or something, right? New England Revolution. What up? Jay, what's going on? We need a heart before we can get surgery. I know, right? Someone needs to donate the heart, for real. Absolutely. Rio, again, everybody's just weighing in, right? Rio is saying that Ruben Amorim, he can do it. Talking about talking about Bruno Fernandes' deeper role. He's saying that Bruno, he can do it, but are you getting the best from Bruno by playing deeper, right? The best place for Bruno, you want to play him higher up the field. He's more dangerous within close to the box, right? He can do the role playing deeper, but you're not really getting the best of Bruno. Rio is saying that that's like saying I'm going to play Haaland right wing. Would City play Haaland right wing? Would Arsenal play Declan Rice at the right back? Saka at left back? No, right? So that's why he's saying, listen, even though Bruno can play that deeper role, let's not play Bruno deeper, man. But I'm ready for Bruno to pack his bags too, man. I think he has done his job. We should have definitely sold him in the summer, but that was another mistake we did. Should be our new penalty specialist. Yeah, man, Mbeumo should be 100%. Out of the old, yeah, out with the old, man. I.e. Bruno for sure. Jay, I read on Google someone wants Amorim to stay to adapt the formation. He has been in charge for 49 games. Surely after 49 games, the formation is wrong. Bruno is an attacker. Jay, I know Bruno is an attacker, man. Bruno is an attacker. Bruno is a 10. Yes, he can play deeper. And I think that's what Ruben Amorim, the way he's thinking about Bruno, he wants Bruno to be that link between midfield and Cunha and Bumo. But he ain't working, right? New England, Man United should sign Dino Henderson. Nah, man. Nah, we already have a goalkeeper, man. Senna Lamens, but I saw that they were still going to explore another goalkeeper because I think they're planning for Altay Bayandier to go in the summer, so they're gonna I think they may attack the window and try to bring in another goalkeeper, right? But yo, Dean Henderson, listen, big up to him. He said, you know what, you guys don't want me here, I'm out. But at that point, it was hard to say, you know, Dean Henderson is going to get game time when De Gea was here, right? So he went out there, he did his thing, and look, he's cooking right now, right? Imagine being at war and sending the medic in front of the lines. I know, right? It's crazy. Yeah. Jay is saying that attacking mid Bruno, Bumo, and Cunha with Sheshko up front could be dangerous. Of course, dude. That's what I'm saying. I read earlier. Someone said, "Listen, if, for example, you bring in another manager who plays with a back four, and then the midfield you have, for example, you have Bruno as your 10, Bruno as an attack mid, right? And then you have Mbumo, Cunha, and Sheshko up top. That setup would be kind of lethal, you know. And then you have playing behind Bruno, you have Kobe, and maybe Kobe and Ugarte because we don't have anybody else. And then maybe in the summer you bring in another midfielder, you know, and then we may get a chance. Jay said, "Ciao. Saeed is the most shameless YouTuber on this platform, celebrating Arsenal win against Newcastle. This is the guy that said Amorim is the one will take United to the promised land." Oh man, Saeed. Listen, man, Saeed, man, that's funny as hell. Hey, listen, he's entitled to his own opinion, man. You know, entitled to his own opinion. But honestly, man, I think, Chow, what is happening is he on his defense, maybe I'm not speaking, you know, thinking of like thinking aloud. Why would Saeed be celebrating? Because maybe he's thinking like, yo, who can challenge Liverpool right now, right? Yes, of course, we're saying Arsenal, they've won championships before, you know, the second place championship, right? But based on the way things are going for Arsenal, it looks like they may be the closest thing to rival Liverpool, because I mean, it's still early though. Man City right now, they're sitting 7th, right? So Arsenal, they're 2 points behind Liverpool. So maybe by winning that game, he's thinking, you know what, at least someone can get to Liverpool, because you don't want Liverpool to run with this thing, right? So which I'm happy that Crystal Palace showed them how it's done, right? And stopped Liverpool. Can we do the same? I don't know. New England, let's see. Saeed as the most, okay, yeah. AKS Ahmad would be a sub from Bumo. Yeah, don't mind that. Dude, honestly, me neither, because Ahmad this season, he has struggled. Ahmad has struggled. But yeah, you know, he can be a sub, absolutely. New England is saying, remember, 2024 Benzema was linked to Man United. New England, yeah, man. We've been linked with a whole bunch of players, man. Jay saying, I heard a rumor that Harry Kane is coming to Old Trafford in January. Jay, listen. Okay. Yes, I mean, it's a rumor. It's not going to happen. I mean, if anything, it's going to be summer, right? It's going to be summer. But again, would you pay close to what? I think the price is what, 59 million or something like that. Close to, yeah, close to over 55 million for Harry Kane right now. Would you pay that money? That is in sterling pounds. A 30 plus year old striker, he can still do the job, but would you get Harry Kane right now? I think, to me, I have a feeling we've already missed that boat. We've already missed that boat because, yeah, you can bring in Harry Kane now, and yeah, he could guarantee you, getting top four or Champions League football. If that's the case where you bring him, yeah, it would work, but it's kind of short termish. You want to build for the future. So Harry Kane, again, he could give you what, maybe 2 more seasons or three. But again, if you bring him, you're gonna have to pay him quite a bit of money. And of course, Sir Jim, he already frowned upon the idea of us signing Casemiro at very old age. So I don't think they're about to make the same mistake again. I doubt it. I heard rumors. Charles said, I get it. As a United fan, I will never celebrate rivals to win the game. Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Chow. Yeah. Jay, his kids probably want to see the ground that Kane owned United at some point in his career. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, but him coming back to the Premier League, that is something, of course, they were talking about it. It could definitely happen because, again, Kane wants to, he wants to be the top dog when it comes to the high score scorer, right? He wants that title because he already went to Germany. He won his Bundesliga, so he has a winner's medal. So, he wants to come back now. 2, maybe 3 seasons. Yeah, Jay. Yeah, if Kane comes, he's going to give you maybe 2 or 3 seasons, which, yes, in a way, yeah, if he comes, he can help Sheshko. Sheshko is still young, but if you bring him, are you taking away Sheshko's games now? Because now, if you bring in Kane has to start, right? So I mean, now your boy Sheshko is going to be holding bench, all right? Kane will do better at Newcastle than at United. I kind of agree with that. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Swap Casemiro for Kane. Yeah, right, dude. Cass, after he leaves United in the summer, he goes straight to Saudi, man. AKS is a Kane as a CDM. Listen, the dude does drop deep to collect the ball. So if you think about it, the way Kane drops deep, imagine him dropping deep to collect the ball, and some of his passes, Kane has vision. He can link up very well with Cunha and Bumo. AKS said, I'd rather have the Undertaker. The Undertaker. That is funny, man. Kane, the new Busquets. I know. Listen, because you know what they say, right? Most of these strikers, as you get older, you drop deeper. Remember, like Rooney, as you go older, he dropped deeper in the midfield. Hey, Harry Kane, bossing that midfield, man, pinging passes like crazy. But it's crazy, man. Jeez. Once again, man, our club in the mud properly. So Rob Dawson from ESPN is saying Ruben Amorim is preparing as normal for Manchester United's game against Sunderland and has been given no indication that he will not be on the touchline at Old Trafford next weekend. All right. It's just noise. He's continuing to work as normal. All right. So simple as that. Whatever else is being said out here, I'm sure he's tuning it all out. He's like, yo, fake news, man. Nobody has told me anything. But there was another manager who was told the same thing, like Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag was like, yeah, I speak to the ownership all the time. Nobody said anything to me. We talk and da-da-da, and then he got sacked. To be honest, the formation is totally wrong. We've got the correct players. Dude, we have players but it's just a shell. Like these players don't have they don't like they're just oh my god, these players are terrible, dude. Terrible players, terrible man. Of course, no, that does not. Cunha, Mbumo, Sheshko, they just got here, so you know. But the other guys, they're just too much. AKS is like, yo, Jay, this ain't FIFA, bruh. You know, right? Ain't FIFA. This is real life. Uh, when Rooney is saying that I'm seeing players not deserving to wear that shirt and it hurts. I care for the club. I was at the football club for 13 years, and what is going on is not right. This is not all on the manager, by the way. So, you know, Rooney is saying it's not all on the manager. These players have they're criminals. Uh, let's go. I heard Graham Potter is next manager. Dude, I saw that too, Jay. Please, man. Please, please, please. I know they rated him. They liked Graham Potter as well because he was part of the short list from before they signed Ruben, you know, and he is available. Correct? Multimillionaires who take a piss on fans every week. I know, dude. Dude, you step on that field every week. Folks like JP, you know, who are on here waking up for that game against Brentford. He woke up at 4:30 in the morning, man, to watch that mess. People around the world, they wake up crazy hours to watch this club. And that's what they give us week in, week out. No fight, no desire, no passion. You know, it's one of those, man. It's crazy. And listen, Tim Sherwood, this guy. So he's as a pundit, I don't rate him at all. He's saying that Ruben Amorim, he talks brilliantly, but probably talks so well he bluffed his way into the job in there. Right? Tim Sherwood, you could not win nothing as a manager. So come on, man. Uh, but let's see. Correct to the players are in fact criminals. Yeah, man, criminal behavior. Ciao. I was get up to watch that. Yeah, exactly like Chow. Chow, look at Chow. Chow woke up at 4:30, man, to watch that. Imagine. You know, JP also in Arizona, you know, crazy hours to watch this stuff. Jay, I live in England, so I'm always awake for Man United games. Yeah, Jay, I know, man. So are we all over here. Luckily for me in DC, the games are not crazy hours. That one was at 7. But other places around the world, they have to wake up crazy hours, man. I think we need to be mentally uh, evaluated if we sacrifice. Yo, AKS, that is brilliant. Brilliant point, mate. Brilliant. AKS 97 is saying that I think we need to be mentally evaluated if we're sacrificing sleep for that type of football. Crap. Mr. Barca, what's going on with me here a bit late? That's cool, man. That's cool. How's everything going on, Mr. Barca? Hope you're well. Hope the family's well. Oh, I love that comment, man. We need to be evaluated. That is crazy. Come on, let's go. Blessings. Ciao. Barca will. Ciao is saying Barca will smash Real Madrid. When is Real Madrid playing Barca? Let's see. Bournemouth lost Zabani to PSG, Hoysen to Real Madrid, Kerkez to Liverpool, and Kepa to Arsenal. In the normal circumstances, you would expect Bournemouth to be potentially struggling defensively as they found their feet for the next season. But yet, 6 games into the campaign, only Arsenal and Newcastle have a better defense by expected goals against. Right? Of course, Areola is, he's a proper coach, man. He's a proper coach. He knows his stuff. Did you see the Madrid derby? No, man, I didn't. I'm gonna check the highlights here soon. I know it was fire. No more British coaches. They're garbage. But are they? We've tried them all, right? We've tried them all. British, Portuguese, Dutch, right? So, what can you do, man? What can you do, people? It's crazy out here. El Clasico is October 26th. Okay. Man United women manager to beat Liverpool women 2-0. Oh, yeah, Jay, I like that, man. At least the women, got us a little bit happy, right, by getting that win against the Liverpool. All right, so that was good. The men's team, crapola. Again, in case you missed it, Indy Kellier said Ruben Amorim was called in by the bosses at the club for an urgent meeting and has been asked to change the formation to a 4-3-3. All right. Amorim was left speechless when he heard this. Key here, we're going to see over the weekend if we see any change of formation. If it is, then once again, Indy Kellier sources are legit, right? I don't see this happening because why would he change his formation now as the end is near, unfortunately? Fact check out. Okay. Chow saying, what's the last time British managers have won the Prem? Only Fergie. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. But anyway, people, listen, man, let's end it here. It's been an hour. I appreciate the therapy. We all needed it. Let's see what tomorrow brings, man. Tomorrow's going to be another day. We're getting closer to another game. We're getting closer to another. What time do we play over the weekend? Let's see. What time is the game? I hope it's not an early game again. Let's see. Sunderland. Imagine getting the best baker in the land and asking him to repair an engine. That's United, folks. Yep. Mr. Barca, yes, it's a disgrace. We're in the mud. All right, Saturday, 7 a.m. my time. All right, Sunderland coming up. Yes. Oh, boy. It's been tough. It's tough out here, people. It's tough out here. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for smashing the likes, hitting the subscribe. I'll see you all on the next one. Take care, people. Stay blessed. Adios. Peace.